So my name is Anna Jupp, and I'm the administrator for the professional learning programs that we offer here at York University through the Faculty of Ed. And this is Gita, and Gita looks after everything that has to do with the College of Teachers and prerequisites required for courses, and ensuring that certified teachers, when taking their AQ courses, get the certification and that they're in the right courses. Today we're going to share a little bit with you what some of your options are, and also prompt you to think ahead to maybe this time next year, when maybe you're thinking about, starting that first job, and maybe some of the professional learning you might want to engage in preparation for that position, or also in preparation for the interview, or perhaps even for that permanent contract. So just some things where you can get a bit of a leg up on that hiring process, and things that you can start to think about now. Our goals in the Professional Learning Office really are all about those learning programs, and we're committed to ensuring that we're not just offering and posting things, but that those offerings are of high quality and they're innovative, and that those courses meet your needs as an educator in the field. So rather than us telling you what you should take and these are the courses, we're really trying to respond to what teachers in the field are really saying that they would like to learn more about. And yes, the name of the department was changed from professional development to professional learning. And I told the group this morning that the best part of being an educator is that you get to teach, right? But you also learn from that. You can continue this journey of learning throughout your career, because you will find that although sometimes you think that, just doing it, I did this last year and I can do this again, you'll probably change it up every time. And as you change it up, you're thinking about meeting student needs and what you can do differently. So the professional learning programs at York is a go-to place for you where you can do that. We also, to ensure that our programs are of high quality, we hire instructors that are in service, so they're educators. They're specialized in their field, so often they're well known in those networks. So we have ESL instructors who head up the ESL association here in Toronto or for Ontario. We have administrators who are sharing their experiences. We have centrally assigned people, for example, called instructional leaders, who are working with teachers in their board, but also facilitating courses for us. So we really invest a lot in our instructors. And also we really work hard to build relationships with all stakeholders. So our partnerships with members of the faculty here, our partnerships even with your student, how does it go? Faculty of Education FISA, right? Student Association. So we met with Molly early this year to discuss what we can do to support you during your stay at the faculty here, and what you need beyond. So we really build these relationships in order to be able, again, to target the development of those professional learning courses or offerings that will best meet your needs. You can find out about what we have to offer and what's available when. Some information around prerequisites also, and how to contact us on our website. You can find the professional learning website through the general Faculty of Ed website under professional learning, or you can Google us and it'll come up. And I told the group again this morning, it's a good one to bookmark when you're looking for to go directly to us to see what we have on tap for our sessions. We offer courses generally 4 sessions a year. So we have a fall, we have a winter, and that's the one we're in now. We're about midway through. It's going to end at the beginning of the end of March, after March break. And then we start up again in April for our spring, and then we have a summer session as well. So this time next year, you will be eligible to take an AQ course as a graduate, a certified teacher, and we offer some new grad courses here on site. And that one is kind of like an intersession one. So it's special timing so that you're not here in June, but at the same time you come to class every day and you do your AQ course in a condensed period of time. I'll talk to you about some of those ones that we're offering this year that we may quite possibly be offering the same ones or others next year as well that you would be eligible for. We're also on Twitter, so we do have a Twitter account. Check us out. We won't just be selling you what we have to offer, but we share and retweet best practice and education. We try to share, what research from around the world is saying, and that's relevant to the Ontario context. Our own instructors tweet, candidates in our courses tweet. They talk about stuff that they've tried in class, and they're sharing a resource that they found that is relevant and you might find useful in your studies as well, or even in your placement. So check us out on Twitter, follow us, and we'll follow you back. So we work really closely with the school boards in Ontario. We go up as far as the Near North board. We're actually offering a module. It's a shorter course. It's not an AQ course. That board contacted us. We're talking Fort Francis here, right? Like it's way up there. And they contacted us and said, we'd really like 21st century learning for our educators. But our problem is that they're scattered. Like the area that they serve is scattered, like it's vast. And so teachers can't get in their car and drive to a location to study and to work together. So what we could do for them is we launched an online module. And that module is tailored to their needs up there. So the context that they're talking about, the issues or the barriers that they are faced with, whether it be technology or distance, all of that is considered in the modules. So we really pride ourselves in this relationship with district school boards, because those issues in the Near North are definitely not the issues in Toronto Catholic, for example, right? It's a completely different story. So we do that, we work so that specific needs can be met. So when you come and you engage in this learning, it's not like, well, if you were in Toronto, this would work. But if you were in Sudbury, this would work. We do it so that what we're studying, you can apply to your classroom practice. No, that's okay. The last thing is, we're, as AQ providers, we're under the umbrella or under the guidelines of the Ontario College of Teachers, OCT. AQ courses can only be earned from accredited providers. And obviously, York University is an accredited provider. When you take an AQ course and you successfully complete it, you're recommended to the college for that additional qualification. And so there are a whole lot of rules and regulations and parameters and stipulations. So we kind of worry about that stuff. So we ensure that our courses fall within those regulations to ensure that you're getting high quality professional learning, but also so that in the end you get the accreditation. So that's kind of the one-way street. But what we also do is we work together with the college to inform the development of those courses. So we kind of bring the current practice. The writers for the courses that we submit to the college, again, are practicing educators who are current. They know their stuff, but they also know what it is to teach in a classroom today. So it's kind of this two-way street. So although sometimes it's a bit onerous dealing with those regulations, we're also helping to ensure that the learning is current. So that's that relationship at the College of Teachers. So what we offer AQs, ABQs, and PQP. So the additional qualification courses, additional basic courses, and as well as principals qualification courses. But then we also have fully online courses. So all of your learning happens online. And we use Moodle. Moodle is obviously our learning management system. AQ courses are 125 hours in length. A lot of hours. So for the blended, a part of those hours are you come to class and you participate, and the remaining hours are online, as well as then you have 25 hours where you're expected to do your independent learning. You complete assignments, you do research, etc. That's mandated by the College of Teachers. So no matter where you go, 125 hours. The format may vary a little bit, but this is how we're doing it at York right now. But we do customize additional qualification courses. So you might find yourself working in TDSB, it was my board, might find yourself working there, and the superintendent within that family of schools decided, you know what, we really want to provide some supports for our teachers around special education, because we're finding that we really want to build those skills to support students with special needs. And sometimes a superintendent will set aside some funds to subsidize an AQ course. So they'll say, you know what, for a certain number of teachers, we're going to provide $200 per teacher as an incentive to take the AQ course. And we'll work with that superintendent or that family of schools, and they'll say, you know what, this location works really well for us because it's close for all of our teachers, and we would really love this instructor. So we work to customize additional qualification courses as well. Those are really popular because what ends up happening is that you have this cohort and you all have the same context. You know, you're all talking about the same procedures and what happens in those families of schools. So it really allows for the learning to go deeper. So we also provide those customizable options as well. But what I think you might be interested in now, and to think about between now and even the beginning of next year, are our modules and certificates programs. Our modules are not certified by the college. Right? So they don't need to meet those regulations. Therefore, you don't need to be a certified teacher to engage in the module learning. Our modules are about 25 hours in length. The majority of them right now are only 25 hours. So they're a fifth of the time commitment for an AQ. We also have one or two that are 36 hours in length, so it really depends on the content. Some of them are fully face-to-face. So we have one module for a group of educators who may or may not be Ontario certified, who work and instruct Greek, right? Greek language. And that group had identified that they have professional learning needs. And so they come together, and theirs is all face-to-face. So 25 hours, they meet together over a period of time. So we have fully face-to-face, but we also have blended. So the majority of it, you come together, but some of that learning happens online. So there might be readings or reflections, or you have to post something, you take a picture of student work, whatever that module is designed. we don't have a fixed templates for our modules, and that's a good thing. Because what we want to do is be able to offer modules that are flexible enough to meet the needs of that content, right? So, for example, if these this Hellenic group wants to really practice Greek language because they instruct in the Greek language, the face-to-face makes more sense to them than the online does, right? Now, these modules typically run over about a 5-week period, so 25 hours, right? About 5 hours a week. You register through us. The cost, and this is right now, and it's approximate, is around the $225 range. So they're far more affordable, right, than the $685 for an AQ course. By the way, that's is pretty much the standard $685 across the province. All providers offer courses at that price. Once you graduate, as a York alumni, we do offer a bit of a break on the cost of AQ courses for York alumni, by the way. So you might be interested in some modules, and I was thinking about your placements, right? Your practicum. So let's say you are teaching grade 6 and you're planning math lessons, and you're really feeling like, you know what, I'd like a little more support around the teaching of mathematics. I know I was there as a primary junior teacher when I first started. All I knew was, like, where's the textbook? And I started in grade 2, and that school didn't have textbooks. I went to the teacher store. Do those still exist? Teacher store? I went to the teacher store and bought the grade 2 math kind of photocopy thing, because I really didn't really have a handle on planning my math program. Like, I needed stuff. So you might want to think about enriching your practicum placement, enriching your learning here at the faculty by doing a module. They're not onerous, but what's nice about doing a module and you have practicum is that you can actually try stuff with the group that you're working with, and then you can reflect and come back and share. A great thing to talk about in an interview, right? This is what I did. I tried it in my practicum. This is what I learned by doing this. So modules might be something that you'll be interested in. You get a certificate. It doesn't appear on the College of Teachers certification record because they're not accredited by the college, but definitely good to put in your professional learning portfolio, right, and give you something to talk about. So those are options now, okay? We also have a certificate program that is very popular here. It's the Teaching Religion in Catholic Schools. We offer that in the fall and in the winter. So next fall, you might want to consider it. We did listen to FISA's suggestions about putting that course fully online to make it more accessible for you, because sometimes what would happen is candidates would be in practicum and it's the other end of the city, and coming back to campus to take the course for whatever time it was, 5:30, just wasn't possible and therefore not accessible. So we have worked on taking that content and putting it online. So next year, chances are it will be a fully online course. Okay, so look for that in the fall that you can register for, and you can do that in the fall or in the winter next session. And you know, it may be offered again, but for sure in the fall and the winter. Okay? We'll take this. Yeah, I think we can skip that one. The difference between some of the AQs, so I'll just let you know these. Again, this is more for you to think about for the future, and I'm going to take a swig of water. We have, what does that mean? Does that mean my time is up? Stop, Anna, stop.
Oh, no, it's part of our, or is it, were they doing intermittent this week?
It doesn't say, it does mean stop.
Go check it out.
Okay, go check it out. It really isn't that important, but there are one session AQ courses that don't lead anywhere. So this one session, it's just one course, so there isn't a part 2 or a part 3. And these one session courses allow you to go really deep into one particular area. I'm going to use a math example. Right now we have a Math 7-8 one session course running, right? And this course only talks about the learning and teaching of mathematics for grades 7 and 8, right? It's not going to talk about what does counting look like in kindergarten or grade 1 or grade 2 and why is it important. They will look at grade 6 and they might look at where the grade 8 curriculum goes into grade 9, but the purpose of this course is how can we be really effective teachers for kids who are in grade 7 and 8. It helps to build content knowledge, so OMG, I don't remember that math, right? That kind of stuff. But it also allows teachers to practice instructional strategies for adolescents in grade 7 and 8. So what happens if they don't get fractions, which is very common? What do I do, even though they should have known it, and now I'm teaching grade 7 and 8, but they don't know it? What do I do as a teacher?
They're just testing.
Oh, okay. So now we have to trust that they're just testing. So those are the one sessions. The 3 session courses allow you to get your specialist. So if you're looking to move up the pay scale, it's the specialist ones as a primary junior teacher where you might be looking at. So I did mine in math. So my first specialist was in mathematics for the reasons that I shared. I'm like, you know what? I'd like to know more, and my commitment was I wanted kids to like math because I didn't like math as a kid. So I wanted to be that teacher that helped kids like math. So I took the part 1, and when I took the part 1, I'm like, oh, this isn't so bad. And I took my part 2, and then after that, there was a cohort of us that said, let's do our part 3 together. So those are the 1, 2, 3 that allow you to get a specialist. At York, the part 1, you focus on lesson planning. So for the math ones, what makes a really good math lesson? What are the components? And then, of course, assessment and evaluation, equity and inclusion, all those other things, but you focus on lesson planning. Part 2 focuses on more of the developmental continuum or trajectory or unit planning, but we really don't kind of plan that way. But for example, if you think about fractions, what does fractions look like in kindergarten? What does it look like in grade 6? And how do you develop that throughout? So that if you do have kids who are struggling in between, where do you go back to? What do you do? So that's part 2. Part 3 focuses on leadership. You get your specialist. So you will be recognized as a leader in that area. So you might be the go-to person at your school. You might lead the PLC in your school for mathematics. And so that course builds those leadership skills, still focuses on content, still a lot of content in mathematics, but then goes beyond. What are some really good resources in mathematics? What are some programs? Family Math Night, which aren't as popular anymore, but if you were to plan something for parent engagement, what should be included for that? So it really helps to develop those leadership pieces, okay? And then we have one more, and they're the honor specialist courses, which for you may or may not be interested, but these courses are not like the part 3 specialist. They're different. For these ones, for the honor specialist courses, you have a degree here in a certain area, like I used drama earlier. So I'm a drama major and I have my degree in drama. I want to take an honor specialist course, not to learn more about drama, because I know a whole lot about drama, but it's more about the teaching of drama. So what are those instructional strategies? What's the pedagogy? for that age group, so I would take my honor specialist course, AQ course. But of course, you need to have the prerequisites, which are undergrad 9 courses, right? 9 courses. So again, things to think about next year, but that's what the difference is. Geeta ensures when you register, she makes sure you register for the right course. So she'll look at the prerequisites. So if you picked honor specialist instead of the part 3, she'll call you and say, oh, I think you're supposed to be in this instead of that. Okay? So we do support you and ensure that, you know, you're not spending $650 and you didn't mean to take that course, right? And so we try to guide you in that planning. Okay? What's left? That's it. So we're downstairs in Winters. Come see us. Check us out on our website. If you have, you may have questions. You may not have questions now, but maybe next year you're thinking, you know, what should I take? Did I tell you what the new grad courses were? I didn't, I forgot. So coming up, right now you'll see on our website, in the drop-down menu it says, you know, find an AQ course and all the subjects are listed. Then you'll see new grad, ESL Part 1, Special Education Part 1, and PJ Mathematics Part 1. We offer those courses because the field is telling us that that's what people want. Once you graduate, I really want to know more about how do I support English language learners. What about Spec Ed and mathematics as well? The ministry right now has a spotlight on mathematics. So in the last 5 years or so school boards are looking to build capacity in mathematics for primary junior teachers especially, and intermediate as well. So we thought that would be a good one to offer. But also what you might want to look for next year, once you're certified and you're in practice, so you're working, look for subsidies. The ministry currently is subsidizing AQ courses in the area of mathematics and technology. Those 2 areas right now. The ministry is offering a $450 subsidy. Like, that's a lot. The catch, you have to be a certified teacher and you have to be employed by a publicly funded school board. So you guys don't apply. All right? So you can't be working for an independent school. You can't be working in Manitoba. You have to be in an Ontario publicly funded, public or Catholic, like a publicly funded board, and obviously be certified. So we're responding to that here, and we will be offering lots of math courses and lots of technology courses that we're already accredited for. The procedure is that you register for the course, you take it, you complete it successfully, you submit that proof to Ontario Teacher Federation, and then they will pay teachers the subsidy. So look for those when you're out there, okay? It helps you build your professional learning portfolio, right? And it helps. $450 is a lot, you know, is a nice bit of money. Okay? Any questions? You good? Mm-hmm.
Sorry, just the things that you were talking about, where do you go for that PJ Mathematics Part 1 and all that? What part of the website?
Oh, so that for the new grad one,
yeah.
The PJ Math. So for the new grad, it's still in our drop-down menu. So when you go into our website, it says, you know, find an AQ or an ABQ. This drop-down menu comes, and it's listed under new grad. So new grad ESL, and then you'll see new grad Spec Ed, new grad Math.
So it's the edu.yorku.ca website,
Yeah.
and it's
Professional learning,
Okay.
and then
Program, click on professional.
Yeah.
Okay.
you can take to AQ at the same time. We don't recommend it though. It's 125 hours. So you go to class once a week for 12 weeks. plus some Saturdays, and then you have these assignments, you have to do the online, and then hopefully you'll be working, right? It's a lot. In fact, we do have candidates, teachers who do register for 2. I send an email out to those instructors where, so if I'm taking 2 courses and these are the instructors, those 2 instructors, basically I just email them and say, hey, you might want to support Anna. Anna's taking 2 courses, like it's a heavy load, just so you know, right? We want people to be successful. I would, rather than rushing it, I would do one, do it really well, really engage in that, have student samples, things that you can try. I mean, I know when people look on a resume and say, oh, you have your ESL Part 1 and your Math Part 1 and you just graduated, right? I mean, yes, on paper you have it, but really what experience? You know, it's more about applying that into your work. I would take one at a time, at least the first one, see how you feel. There was another question, I think. Was it answered? Yeah.
I just want to ask, for the certificate, do we actually get a paper certificate, or it just goes under the professional learning?
Yeah, we mail to you, the old snail mail. It's an actual physical certificate. Yeah, with the dean's signature on it.
So there's the modules, and was there something else also that you can take? Or
Well, it was the certificate course, and that's really right now the religious ed course. That's the certificate course. But you get a certificate for that too, obviously, right? So both you receive certificates. The religious ed course, and I forgot to look that up during our break. We can't remember how long the hours are, but it's longer than 25 or 36 hours, that certificate course. You good? Come see if you have any questions. Good luck and all the best.